It's all about having the key insights, following the leaders of the crypto industry and background stories on blockchain technology trends to keep you one step ahead. Monty Metzger, CEO of LCX.com, keeps you up to speed with what's moving global crypto markets and gives you the latest insights about LCX's platform and ecosystem. This is LCX Insights Live.
Welcome to LCX Insights Live. I'm super thrilled and excited to welcome you all to this special session here on May 23rd, 2021. This is a special edition because it's all about LCX vision, strategy, and status quo. As you all know, typically I'm engaging with the world's top blockchain projects and entrepreneurs. So this time you have the honor to meet me as an entrepreneur, and I want an honest conversation around LCX. So we want all your questions. Please go to YouTube in the comment section and comment in the sections there. We'll then pick all your questions. We also prepared a couple of key questions which have been popping up in the community lately. My name is Monty Metzger, and I'm founder and CEO at LCX. LCX is a regulated fintech company that focuses on digital asset trading, compliant token offerings, and tokenization. LCX received 8 blockchain-related approvals by the Liechtenstein regulator. That's more than anybody else in the country. And Liechtenstein is a country next to Switzerland and Austria in the heart of Europe. LCX is known to be in Liechtenstein, and Liechtenstein is known to be a AAA rated country by Standard & Poor's, so it has a very high reputation, the highest country rating you can get. LCX has introduced Liechtenstein has introduced the most forward-thinking legal framework for cryptocurrencies and blockchain companies, providing legal clarity and security for our LCX users. So today's show title is LCX Vision, Strategy, and Status Quo. So it's all about getting answers to our users out there. And I'm super excited to have you here. And let's look into the first questions. And while I do this, I want to mention for the best question, we are handing out 1 polo shirt with free shipping worldwide. So whoever gets the best question will nominate it, and then we'll always choose kind of the most exciting and best to the point question every time. So start engaging. I'm seeing that there are already a lot of questions coming in. That's great. So here, let's go, Casio. Let's go, Monty. That's great. So I wanted to do this very interactive, and I also wanted to point out that we are very busy. The whole team is growing. The whole team is working almost 24/7 to push things forward and to deliver on our goals and strategies. To do this, we had been also expanding the team. I will explain that to you a little bit later. And then also we are preparing to launch a couple of exciting and new projects and products, which we couldn't talk about yet. I saw in the community that we had been quiet or like my silence or something like that. This is something which I want to address right away first, because we had done more communication than in any time of history of LCX before. We are doing 2 of these live sessions every week, and we are doing 1 news or announcement every day. So in the last 60 days, really, we had been pushing communication to new levels. Also, our whole customer support and team and engagement there increased. So there are a lot of things had been happening. So no silence. Just the other way around, we're communicating a lot and a lot. So let me take you first through a vision presentation and a presentation around LCX future and status quo. So let me show you some slides here. So What you now see is a short company overview, which I typically present to partners or investors. So it's an exclusive insights. I think we've never done this before here on our live video AMAs. And so I'll walk you through in the first, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll jump into questions. And I see you're very active on that. So keep on pushing on the questions, and then I'll pick the best ones. Okay, so what is LCX all about? So the World Economic Forum predicted that by 2027, more than $8 trillion will be stored on blockchain networks. We already seen that the overall cryptocurrency markets reached 2 trillion. Obviously, now it's all shaken up a little bit, but we've seen that in the past. So we're all hodling and supporting the main goal and future of cryptocurrencies, because there can be always downsides, or the market can go down at some point. But over the next 5 to 10 years, it's sure that the market will accelerate, will grow, and we will reach more and more users. I have to repeat that we are still at the beginning. It's less than 100 million active crypto users currently. Imagine if we reach 1 billion, 2 billion of active users who engage in crypto or blockchain networks on a daily basis. So then there's another a good quote here, or good number here. The security token market will reach 2 trillion by 2030, with an average growth rate of 60% in the coming years. So the security token market itself had not been as planned. So, the main focus and the current markets are really around utility tokens and cryptocurrencies, which are traded across multiple regulated and unregulated exchanges. And the biggest step for kind of the mass media at the moment is to understand what is Bitcoin, what is Ethereum, things I think most of our community know deep in their heart. But now we see that all major institutions, financial institutions, and companies are preparing to tokenize every financial product. And that's the vision where LCX is born, where basically back in 2017, I decided to stop everything I'd been doing and go all in LCX. But already previously, 2013, we had been investing. So as some of you might know, I had been running a venture capital fund called Digital Leaders Ventures, and we had been investing in blockchain and fintech and Bitcoin as well early on. But during that time, there were no regulations, no guidelines, no laws around blockchain and crypto. So it was really complete Wild West, 2013 and 14. And we saw 2014, a big dump of Bitcoin from $1,000 back to $100. And everybody thought now it will be big crisis. And it was. So kind of crypto winter 2014, 15 was complicated for a lot of companies because there was no public support. And I think that's the big difference now, because there is public support. There's a lot of smart people behind who are now have invested, who are proclaiming, who are evangelizing out there. And so that's super important now. But what's up with the security token market? So I see that the tokenization of financial assets is coming. It's not a question of if, but rather a question of when. So as we are a startup, we have to always adapt to the current market conditions. So we don't see that the security token markets are going crazy at the moment already. The main focus is really about utility token and compliant token offerings. And that's what we have prepared for as well. And then as a second stage, we will be pushing on security tokens. We will be a pioneer in security token markets. And we are rolling out a couple of product innovations as well as projects over the course of this year. So let me tell you about what is LCX. So the Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange, or LCX, or LCX.com, is building a financial ecosystem for crypto and fiat alike to become the new category leader in the digital asset economy. But what does that really mean? What is LCX? So let me give you an overview about our products and services. We're building a blockchain infrastructure for the new financial world. So LCX is building a financial ecosystem for crypto and fiat alike to become the new category leader in the digital asset economy. What we have launched so far is the LCX exchange, which is a cryptocurrency exchange. We had been rapidly growing. So since, you have to imagine, in December, there was no LCX exchange, just a simple exchange functionality for LCX token. But then on January 5th, we launched the exchange platform. After receiving the approvals from the regulator in Liechtenstein, we decided to launch LCX exchange. So since then, we had been growing the platform, testing, bug testing, security testing, increasing the team, like going full speed on evaluation of new crypto assets. We had launched a lot of user votings. We've partnered with a lot of new partners coming into the scene, and we listed a lot of new assets. So with that growth, we are building one step at a time, kind of the basis to now conquer the ones of Coinbase and Kraken and go after these markets as a regulated cryptocurrency exchange. Then what you all know, which we launched back 2019, is LCX Terminal, which is a trading desk and portfolio management of crypto assets across multiple exchanges. Then we have LCX DeFi Terminal, which is our second layer DeFi protocol across Uniswap v2. And there will be a big update coming for LCX DeFi Terminal this quarter, so second quarter. If you look at our product roadmap, there's something coming. LCX Price Services is regulated reference rates for Bitcoin and Ethereum. This will be expanded, but it's also a key part of our own platform. We're using that, and also for all token launches, token sales, as well as security tokens. This will play a key part because it's not only a key role which we applied for at the regulator called the price service provider, but it's also a necessity for all markets, because if you have if the price is not defined in any system, then of course the whole like consecutive transaction and everything might fall apart. Then there's LCX Assets, which is our platform to launch compliant token offerings and tokenization projects. We got a huge demand on LCX Assets now for compliant token offerings. Obviously, we are now in the position to become the token issuer, so a legal representative, or like the legal institution to issue tokens on behalf of other projects. And that's a big revolutionary step, and I would say also a big change for the industry, because we can be the issuer of a project, whether they're in Liechtenstein or not. But we are taking the liable role and also guarantee that the services or the rights which come with the token are represented in the token. So it's really a big opportunity for us, but also comes with a lot of risks. So that's why we are taking it very slowly here. The first projects which we are launching here have to be super successful. And as you have seen in the past, we're working with some of our partners. We talked about some possible token offerings already, and there's something coming. Our goal for this year in 2021 is really to do at least several really large compliant token offerings, as well as pushing the limits with security tokens and tokenization of assets. And I will have one bonus for you at the end of this session. So then there's LCX Vault. What is LCX Vault? It's a fully integrated hot-to-cold digital asset custodian solution powered by quantum security. So this is something we had been working on with another World Economic Technology pioneer last year already. And so we want to bring our custody roles, which we applied for, to the next level. As you know, we are a token holder, which is a custody role at the Liechtenstein laws. And then the second part is a key holder, where we are protecting private keys as a custodial wallet within our system. Now jumping to LCX Liechtenstein protocol, going more in tokenization of assets. Because as you remember, our goal is to tokenize everything. And I'm a big believer that every financial asset and every financial instrument will be represented in a token within the next 10 years. So everything will be digitalized, because the systems most financial institutions are working with are broken, are outdated. It needs to be fully digitalized and bring to the next level. And blockchain is the solution. So the Liechtenstein protocol is a new category standard for security tokens. What does it mean, and what are the opportunities there? So with the Liechtenstein protocol, we're bringing the compliance and regulatory aspects on token level. And we are taking the current standards also, which had been presented here by Polymath, or Tokenai, for example, with the R token, to the next level. So we really have looked at the market conditions there, and we published on our website a whole technology white paper around the Liechtenstein protocol and how we do this. Now, for all tokenization projects, we are leveraging the Liechtenstein protocol for our own, and we're rolling that out with our partners as well. And then last but not least, the working title at the moment is LCX Securities. So that's kind of the LCX exchange for security tokens. It's a regulated marketplace for digital securities. To launch that, we need additional licenses, which had been prepared, which had been applied for. And we are now doing this on several levels. So on the one side, at our home and headquarter in Liechtenstein, but on another side, on a more international level, with a strong partner in the US. So for United States, we're actually looking to get a broker-dealer license and an ATS, automated traded system license, for the US markets. And we had been quite quiet around that because the development and the negotiation had been going on for some time. But it seems that we are coming to closer steps here. So you will be first to know about this. I can't give you the insights right now, but it's a very reputed team over there. So let's jump into additional slides in the presentation. LCX company structure, key partners and advisors. So this is Don Tapscott, and he once said, LCX is one of the most important companies in the space and in the world. He had been quoting that, or I'm quoting that from a session we did at LCX Blockchain Sessions a while ago, when we still could do physical events. We also had a guest, that's Prince Michael of Liechtenstein. He had been a speaker at the blockchain sessions, and he said blockchain is a disruptive technology which will change the financial industry. And I cannot agree more. LCX had been named a member at the center of the fourth industrial revolution at the World Economic Forum. LCX had been named a blockchain pioneer by the Blockchain Research Institute. And LCX joined a variety of organizations, including the Global Digital Finance Network, GDF, to shape public policies for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. We, in addition to that, we joined the ITSA, the Institute for Token Standards in Germany, giving out specific codes for security tokens and other tokens. And we had been joining more regulatory bodies like the Open VASP Association, to go into these new rules for travel rule and these kind of things. Where do we stand with the company? So company had been founded 2018, early 2018 by me. And so since then we had been growing, and since December, we had been almost tripling our team. So we are now at 27 full-time employees. I think we have another 8 positions open at the moment. We're especially looking for talented blockchain developers and full stack developers who can do front end and back end development to lead a couple of our projects. I'm still looking for passionate entrepreneurs and project leaders who could take over new projects which we are developing, and we had been engaging with a few of them. And then besides our core team, we now have a few representatives in our Telegram community. We have a representative in the US, in Chicago, and we have a couple of partners and kind of part-time people supporting us as well. Our 24/7 or 27 people team includes customer support, technology development, compliance, KYC analysts, crypto data analysts, quant traders, trading experts, but also people from our banks, like from UBS, HSBC, or Royal Bank of Scotland. So I'm very, very proud about the growth of the team, and I think soon we will also update our website with additional information around it to honor and celebrate our whole team and give them some visibility as well. Besides that, we had been working with some outstanding partners. There will be also additional sessions with LCX Insights Live with some of these partners. So including Don Tapscott, who is based in Toronto, Canada, with Jimmy Wales based in UK. Yat Zui and his team had been already on the show from Hong Kong, with Robbie from Animoca Brands. Then we are closely working with all of these partners, and also enjoy and think back to the time we had with Professor Zhang. He had been in Liechtenstein personally, and then unfortunately passed away half a year later. So that was a tragically lost, because he was really one of the evangelists around in mathematical aspects of blockchain technology. Where do we stand with our offices? So we are headquartered in Liechtenstein. In Vaduz, we had previously a super large office back in 2018 with 450 square meters and like lots and lots of rooms. This is not necessary at this point of time. So back 2019, we already decided to scale down a little bit in the Liechtenstein office, but we have a super central, great office looking over the closed streets there in Liechtenstein. We have this nice workshop room, and then also space now for I think 12 desks roughly, and some of our partners are also sharing the space over there. Then we have a second office where I'm at right now in Crypto Valley in Switzerland. And so that's also an important part, because here in Crypto Valley there are in Zug in Switzerland, there are over 800 blockchain related companies. Like if you walk across the street, you bump into Ethereum developers or people from Tezos. So it's important to be around here as well. And then we have a core office in India, outside of New Delhi in Gurgaon. There's our office, and obviously now with the Indian situation, all offices are closed. We are all remote with the Indian team at the moment. But there are a few aspects where India is super important for us since the beginning. India decided also to be very slow with regulation, let's say it this way, or sometimes even warned about crackdowns or bans of Bitcoin or something like that. So that's why a lot of good developers who had been building up over there could not find local positions. But we are now giving them a great opportunity to be part of a European company, which is exciting. And obviously, it's we're highly reputed over there, so reputation very high. So that's great. And then obviously now when we work with the team, I think for the whole community, there's something to understand. I mean, in Europe, we had been going through a couple of waves of COVID already, but the situation in India really struggled through the whole team in the last couple of months. We did a couple of initiatives internally. We covered health and medical supplies for the team. We supported as much as we could from remote, but also to each other to help to bring food across or help with other like personal things. I think for the whole team, it was really, really a tough time in India, and with the explosion of cases over there, and still like I think the situation is still very critical. So that's something you have to keep in mind. So that also had been something which took a lot of our attention and time to help our team. But nevertheless, I think we didn't show any weakness for as crypto as a whole, because the markets had been going up and very, very positively, of course, in the last couple of months. So that gave us a lot of things to celebrate and to focus on our products. So that's about kind of the headquarters structure, team structure. Probably last but not least, US market is something which we have been preparing for a while. My last personal trip was to Chicago back in February 2020. So right after Davos, where I attended the World Economic Forum, I flew to Chicago and then met some partners over there. So it's still not fully decided where we'll place our office, but the team already kind of partly started. So US and US licensing is something very important for us, because while LCX is located in this beautiful Liechtenstein country, we think global from day one. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more. So LCX AG is the main company. It has a share capital of 1 million Swiss francs. We invested over 2.5 million in equity funding, so all besides token investment. We incorporated 2018. In April, we launched in June 2019 the terminal. Then we announced in September 2019 first movie security token offering. We did start and also complete a security token offering last October. We did filing of blockchain licenses in early 2020, and it took us kind of the full year to get the registration. So the blockchain registration came in on December 2020, and then we could basically, we had been always on breaks too, that we could not really start with everything, but we had been preparing a lot of things, and now since January it's really full speed ahead, growing. So let me walk you through the core products. So at the center of LCX is LCX Accounts, which is our crypto assets wallet, vault, crypto custodian, which is the place where you maintain your profile, where you see your wallets, where you can withdraw, deposit, and transfer between the wallets on the platform. So that's a key part. Then the first product we launched was LCX Terminal. It's a sophisticated trading desk for crypto, now connected to 16 exchanges. We had tremendous growth on that. It's a SaaS business model, so you can pay with LCX token on a monthly fee. So that's the LCX Terminal. And key features is really that you can connect to different exchanges. You have a portfolio overview. You have social signals right there. You have news desk right there next to your fingertips. You have export functionality to get profit loss reports, and you have all the market data across the exchanges, and also in full history, which is important to do analysis for some traders. Then there's LCX Asset tokenization platform, and also a token sale platform. So this platform will be used, or is currently used, for token sales in a compliant manner, whether it's a security token, utility token, governance token, or anything else. It's particularly interesting for LCX users because first of all, you have to only go through the KYC process once. Once you are verified, you have kind of an investor pass, and then if you're coming from an eligible country, you can then participate in these sales right away. So that's super important and super exciting for you to understand. Then another aspect is we will be launching a couple of LCX or compliant token sales. And so for these ones, we wanted to give our token holders some special bonuses. So for all LCX token holders, there will be projects coming up where two benefits. So first of all, there will be kind of distribution happening in a certain percentage to all LCX token holders by start. So when we start the token launches, all current token holders will also benefit from these new token issuance events. Okay, so to summarize that, so you have to be a LCX token holder to profit from that. And once we announce this, all the details will be then published. So I'm just telling you that we are working on these concepts at the moment. So the idea is really to do kind of an airdrop to LCX token holders to start with a larger community for this new token project right away. Second benefit is that token holders will have exclusive access to some of the assets which we'll be launching on the LCX Assets platform. So LCX AG will be the token issuer of these tokens, so the legal issuer on behalf of projects. And some of these projects have very large communities. We assume that we have to limit the maximum amount of investment to these token sales to basically make it available to a larger community. But these sales will probably be sold out very, very quickly. And we want to give our LCX community exclusive access to these token sales right away. So I think that's exciting. So what is LCX Assets? It's a tokenization platform. It's a token sale platform. We announced the STO Launchpad as an end-to-end tokenization platform for security token offerings. We're using the same system now for all compliant token offerings, whether it's a utility token, a governance token, or other creative forms of tokens and crypto assets. So there's an issuer admin console. There's an investor dashboard for lifecycle management. Especially for security tokens, we also have a real-time cap table and a cap table management that is necessary to track and also monitor that ongoingly. But that's not the case for utility tokens, not needed there. And then we will have performance indicators. We can see how's the percentage of holding, what's the transaction happening. And what's very exciting in combination with the Liechtenstein protocol, we've now tested the Liechtenstein protocol in combination with DEXs. So we could enable trading, peer-to-peer trading on Uniswap, for example, with security tokens enabled by the Liechtenstein protocol. So I think that's also very exciting, hopefully coming with one of the STOs or token offerings soon. So what is the STO Launchpad and what's the compliant token sale platform we are always talking about? So first of all, it's a legal toolkit. So we are supporting the projects from A to Z in every legal aspect, from company incorporation, if necessary, to the legal documents, whether it's a security prospectus, whether it's just a token offering memorandum or other legal documents. It's just the legal terms of sale, the notification to the regulator if it's a token sale above $5 million. and all the due diligence aspects. So there's our crypto compliance suite where we do the full KYC identification and onboarding of all investors. So that's the whole LCX account management part, super, super important element. Then what we also have is this LCX proprietary technology platform. So the whole sales process is super easy, quick. After you verified, it probably takes you like 5 minutes to go through the process, do the selfie, upload passports or something like that. Then it takes some time to get fully verified. Then once that's done, the process to buy any token is very simple. It's a 4-step process, all on one page, very easy to go through. So, and that's all proprietary technology developed by LCX over the course of the last 2 years. And why is that important? And that's the last aspect here in the STO Launchpad chart, is the legal framework and blockchain laws. Because Liechtenstein had been developing probably the most exciting blockchain laws out there. And it's now the inspiration for a lot of other future laws. So the ESMA, the European Union, published a proposal for the MiCA laws, which will probably come out 2023 or 2022, around crypto assets. And a lot of these aspects are already reflected in the Liechtenstein laws. So while it was hard for us to go these steps, we will have a tremendous USP and market advantage, because we won't need to change. We are already in the position to be compliant. And I do see that we are very have a great basis also for international expansion to other markets, whether it's Singapore, whether it's US. So with that framework, which we now have, it's particularly important that this goes hand in hand, really together with the technology platform, with the token standards, with our user base, that we don't have any flaws in user base, that we don't have any misleading transactions in the past, which might create problems in the future. So I do see that we are here at this turning point of the industry. So on. Okay, I look at the time. I want to get to a lot of questions. I think we just expanded here a little bit. Let me tell you about the Liechtenstein protocol. So it's the compliance token protocol for LCX assets. It's a compliant protocol for security tokens. It has the regulatory setup included within the token. It's a token cap table management and real-time investor overview. It has compliance enforcement on token level, if necessary, and it is enabling a compliant trading of tokens on secondary markets like ATS, alternative trading systems in the US, or many other global securities exchanges and marketplaces. And that's a key part also, what we are working on here. We announced also a tokenized movie project called DMA security token. What's the status over there? A big question around it. So for us, it was not only process on our side, but also working with the celebrity and his whole team over there. And this is a process which is I think at the final steps. And now finally there's a regulatory process, and then there's also a process with the team over there. And I think since we started, also a lot of the market conditions has changed. So the project has changed a little bit in terms of what we want to achieve and how we adapt to the market conditions. But the overall vision of engaging with fans and integrating them in the movie productions right away has not changed. And that's super, super exciting. Updates will follow. And hopefully soon. Let's say it this way. Okay, security token platform. Already spoke about that. Exchange. So we launched the exchange now for crypto assets, everything non-security tokens, governance tokens, crypto assets, cryptocurrencies, and all different kind of utility tokens. But we are aiming to launch a regulated exchange for security tokens and any other crypto assets, including international settlement of central bank digital currencies, stable coins. That's what we had been pushing for a long time. The whole admin side, I already spoke also a lot about. LCX Admin is a compliance and regulatory technology. It's our back-end platform to manage, monitor, and control activities. Super, super important. A key advantage is really the Liechtenstein Blockchain Act. It had been passed back 2019, then also took a little bit longer to get it in full force, but it's since 1st of January 2020, it's in full force. 2020 was a transition year where we could still operate, but everybody who's not licensed as of this year, 2021, is not allowed to operate. So a lot of companies who could not comply also closed down, left the country, and some others doubled down on compliance like us. So, and last but not least, where's our market positioning and competition for security tokens? So we see that there are some platforms which are don't have any trading platform. That's on the bottom. Then there's some who have a trading system as well. Then there are security tokens and tokenizations platform out there. So we see Securitize, Swarm, Polymath, but they don't have really a trading platform integrated right away. So we really see that we are entering a blue ocean in terms of the market, but we are entering it in a several step approach. So, we can't first of all, there is no or little market at the moment. So we have to build the market. And there's this great quote from the Shopify founder who said recently that they're now doing more transaction than the whole e-commerce market when they started during that time. So basically, it's better to grow with the market together and establish the market. And that's what we need to do here. The markets for digital securities is very small. We need to build it up step by step. And this is something which is for our long-term vision there. And at the same time, as we're a startup, we're fintech, we are scaling, we want to do something which is important to our users right now. That's why LCX Exchange is so important and so dear to my heart. What are the kind of unfair advantages? Obviously, kind of the team, the international experience, our advisors are super important. We've built everything from scratch with our own technology platform, also with our own server structure. So it's not on any large cloud service. It's we really control where the data is going through, and we are combining the issuance, management, trading of tokens on one platform. So super, super important. So at the end, LCX is here at lcx.com, and we believe that blockchain is the new operating system of the world. And so with that, I'm now turning to all your exciting questions. So let's look at a couple of your questions. Thanks for bearing with me here on this presentation. But now, what are kind of key questions? Let's look into that. Okay, I see you had been super active. Great. Thanks for all of that. Greetings to Holland. Hello. Then let's address this one. I think from Chris Keynes, very important, had been pushing up. In a previous AMA, I talked about SDO announcement within 2 weeks, but it didn't really come. Can you tell us more about the reason for the announcement delay? Some things are not in our hands, so we are pushing as much as possible things, but most importantly, we're doing it the German and Swiss way, so we are under-promising and over-delivering with everything we do. Sometimes it takes longer than I wish it would be, but we are following that course. So everything I said and everything you hear from LCX is very trustworthy, and we're rather understating than overestimating. In this case, I was wrong on that, so we couldn't really deliver it within 2 weeks. But I have something for you, which is very exciting today. So then, can you tell us more about the active number of users on LCX Exchange? So we have a thriving community. 50,000 followers on Twitter. We have tens of thousands of active users in our Telegram chat. The last number I think we published on LCX as total accounts was like 60,000 users or something. So we had been growing steadily with that. So we have, I'd say, grown and grown. I don't want to publish and tell you the kind of latest numbers. There's some restrictions at the moment, but I can tell you kind of a personal story around it, because we always have to also do reportings to the regulator now on a yearly basis, and sometimes more often engaging. And in general, like, they see the numbers also of our competitors, so meaning who else is in Liechtenstein regulated. So, and it seems that they're kind of blown away of the numbers we're presenting. So it seems to be that we are outperforming a lot of others. But in terms of engagement, I think also a key question around it, how do we see engagement on the exchange? We're not happy with that yet. So LCX Exchange is there, technology is there, but trading volumes is not as what we expected. And we're focusing to get that solved within the next couple of weeks. Again, we won't do wash trading or any other kind of manipulation on the markets there. So everything what you see is really happening by organic volume, and that's also a key problem. So we are not using kind of the same fake models which had been there from some Asian exchanges. We're also not dumping on our users or launching anything where our users could lose out. It's we are protecting our users, and we are following integrity there. But of course, market making, liquidity providing, other promotions, marketing, outreach to new users is super important. That's what we are focusing right now. Now the platform is there. It had not been there in December, so within 3-4 months now, we've been establishing it, and now it goes on. Then, Edward here, what are your thoughts on the current market conditions? Well, it's a hell of a ride, don't you think? I think there are a lot of rumors in the market. The overall downward tendency at the moment, and 50% drop since the last couple of weeks of so many assets, is not only because Elon Musk tweeted something. It's not only because of China. There are a lot of things coming together. And in every market, of course, it can't go up all the time. But what it has changed dramatically is the new levels which we are, the support levels which we currently see in the markets are very strong. And the overall investment has not stopped. So we still see companies going in now. They are investing now, buying, they're like taking some of the corporate reserve, taking that into the digital gold, Bitcoin, or investing in Ethereum. Then you have to also think about the next couple of months. What is coming? Ethereum 2.0. There's some major super large projects being launched, including rumors around Diem Foundation and Facebook's Novi wallet and so on. This is really a major milestone. Big Boss is questioning, when is QMM coming? So QMM stands for Quantitative Market Making. It's our tool to give our users a way to deposit funds and then earn profits within the trading system on LCX exchange. There are some tests going on at the moment. And also not only tests on the logic, on the algorithms, but also on security-wise. And so there's some fine-tuning going on here. As with every technology development there, it's hard to predict when it's ready to launch, but it's on our roadmap for sure, and it's coming to our platform soon. So we'll keep you updated on the development. So what else? Chris, again, will we have with certainty an announcement regarding listing on a big exchange and stacking before the end of the 100 days campaign? So the 100 days campaign, we're doing announcement and news every day. We are now at around day 60 or so. So there are more 40 exciting days. And I can tell you the next 40 days will be a thrill of a ride. So many great things coming. I won't comment on listing on big exchanges, but it's something we are working on, or we had been working on. And I hope to, let's say 40 days, 40 news, 40 exciting things. Is LCX well funded for the coming years? Yes, LCX is very stable funded. Whether it's equity investors, partners, there are also a lot of talks going on in the additional funding rounds. We had been called outreaches from some of our partners, investors, to invest even more. We did not do any funding round now in the last couple of months yet. So, but for additional growth, especially global expansion, we might need additional capital. But in any ways, we are very stable and funded with a long-term business plan for the next 3 to 5 years. So it really doesn't matter what the market does. If it goes up and down, we are here building, constantly pushing, and I'm thrilled and excited to see what had been done so far in the last 2.5 years with LCX. Super exciting to see the development over there. And I think what we do, or what we should do even more, even with our community here, is really celebrate success, where you can go through and see what we've achieved in the past. I want to share some details with you here. So here is LCX Insights. So that's at LCX. It's not visible yet. So it's at lcx.com/insights. You'll find our blog and major news. So if you go through what we've achieved there, let's go back to January, and I'll pick kind of the key highlights since then. God, that page. Okay, that was too far. Let's go to page 2. Let's go through and celebrate some success together with you. Okay, so starting this year, 2021, let's celebrate some success on what had been going on with LCX. On December 30, 2020, we announced that we've received 8 blockchain registrations from the Financial Market Authority in Liechtenstein, more than anybody company in Liechtenstein. From that on, we really started to fire up our end. CoinDesk reported about this. We then launched a few days later the extended regulated LCX exchange with the first 3 trading pairs around LCX. We did a token burn, last token burn of our token economics. Their total burn now is 50 million LCX token. And we also updated the token economics for future growth. Let me speak about the token right after that. Then we did a big major product update. LCX wallets, LCX Exchange had been completely updated. We did close the first trial MVP of our security token sale with our Roe v. Wade in February. I wrote a big piece around driving value creation in my CEO update. Then we had been launching a leading change campaign around honoring the pioneers and innovators in the space. We had been rolling out additional features for our limit order functionalities on Uniswap. We explained that here in our blog post. We launched a venture program to identify and invest in exciting projects and companies we listed at LCX Exchange. We launched a product roadmap. We introduced the Liechtenstein protocol with a full technical white paper. We also launched and updated our compliant token sale platform. And then let's swap into the next page here and look into that. So I think the speed of announcements and highlights really is going on. So we talked about Liechtenstein, new powerhouse around security tokens. LCX token got listed at La Token. We announced the 100 days challenge and the campaign, and we started out with Monerium as a key partner, which we later now introduced with a digital euro and a euro fiat gateway for our users. Then Chainlink launches. We had a big partnership with Chainlink announced last year, working and publishing our reference rate on the Chainlink network. So all our price services are published on the Chainlink network. We joined ASPO Association. We did a product update. We got listed on CoinGecko. We announced a partnership with Constellation. We got listed at Uniswap and launching over there. We launched the merchant store. We listed additional tokens here, Engine. We listed decentralized. We then launched the LCX token as SushiSwap. We joined the Cello Foundation, the key competitor to DM Foundation with the US as a member, picked their long process to get that achieved. We listed the HOT token. We started a liquidity program. We listed Polkadot, Internaxt, Sandbox, RAF, and then we talked deeply with DigiByte Foundation, and they chose us as a partner for some exciting stealth projects, which I can't talk about right now, but you saw that DigiByte token had been listing. We did AMAs with Hans König, the chairman. Then we did the announcement of Quant, where we're working with central bank digital currencies. We did the trading competition. We launched the BAT token, Quant token, Origin token. We did start LCX Insights Live with 2 live shows every week and so on. More tokens coming on the platform. Then big major achievement, LCX is introducing the digital euro fiat integration at LCX Exchange, and enabling our users deposit and withdraw with a SEPA transaction powered by Monerium. Then we had been launching at Uniswap V3 and so on. So I think lots and lots of development. So who wants to know about LCX token? So the LCX token is our exchange-based token. It has, first of all, key functionality to be our utility at the whole ecosystem, which means, first of all, you can pay fees for LCX Terminal, which is our monthly subscription. So some of the users are paying on a monthly basis with LCX token. Some other chose to pay the whole yearly fee upfront with LCX token. Sometimes that now gave them a good discount on top of the monthly fees. Then on top of that, for a DeFi terminal, LCX DeFi terminal, you actually have to stack 10,000 LCX token. For those who have not seen it, LCX DeFi terminal looks like this. And there, to activate the license, as you can see, you need to kind of stack 10,000 LCX token and have to deposit that all the time in your wallet. If you don't have the 10,000, LCX DeFi terminal is not working. LCX DeFi terminal is exceptional, fast markets page for all Uniswap trading pairs. And currently it's only working with Uniswap v2. But if you're looking for market data and analysis, it's really amazingly fast. You go in, you look for a pair, you can then see the data here around USDC Ethereum. You can activate DeFi liquidity and volume right within the charting here. So you can see how did liquidity and volume go up. So here liquidity dropped, price went up, a big volume jump and everything. So I think that's probably the best and most beautiful dashboard for Uniswap. That's why a lot of people are excited also to see the next update of DeFi terminal. So, and then last but not least, or like even more, most important, you use LCX token on LCX exchange as an exchange-based token, similar to other exchange-based tokens out there, where you pay trading fees. So you just deposit some LCX token in your wallet, and then you activate in the fees and settings that you want to pay with LCX. That gives you a 50% discount on the trading fees. And so that will be a key and long-lasting sustainability for like getting the ecosystem going. I can tell you that we are not selling any of the tokens which we earn at the moment, so it goes fully back into the ecosystem, and we want to like use these basically make use cases for a token. So these are the current ways of using LCX token. Let me summarize. So there's this kind of stacking 10,000 LCX for a license at DeFi terminal. There's the monthly and yearly fees. And last but not for LCX terminal. And then last but not least for LCX exchange is the fees, discount and fees, paying fees at LCX exchange. And then what do we plan on top of that? We have prepared rewards, stacking, full stacking functionality for our users. We have prepared, so this will be called LCX rewards or rewards system, similar to like Celsius is doing it, similar to other platforms is doing that. Second is you will have LCX, all token holders will have extra benefit for token sales upcoming. So everybody who's holding LCX token will get additional new tokens will be issued sometimes. So not for all, but for specific projects it's planned. For others, they will have, our LCX community will have exclusive access to these token sales. So it will be very high demand and big demand token sales with large communities being launched. So, and we want to have our community the ability to invest first and to be part of that, and that's only possible if you're a holder of LCX. What else? Let's jump into other questions. Thank you for engaging here so much. It's really so many questions coming in. So Ashley is asking, will we see chat rules being enforced in the near future, FUD and straight ban? So we ban people. We are engaging with our chat etiquette. We don't enforce them right away, as you can see at the moment. So we're giving out warnings and then banning and deleting contents if it's not right. But something important, our communities are not there to create any hate or FUD or any misguidance. So it's very important for us. Attila is asking, what are your plans regarding integration or collaboration with traditional stock exchanges, e.g. Börse Frankfurt, German guys, or Stock Exchange London, or NASDAQ, or Euronext, or something like that? Well, Absolutely. It's so the integration or collaboration with these exchanges is important for us to grow. And my assumption is, and from previous talks we had, is that they are not ready yet for this growth of blockchain, and their systems are too old to be adapted and changed. So it's rather the possibility that we'll partner with some of these exchanges to give them an additional ground or access to some of the users. So a very high probability that there are some good collaborations, integrations there. It's something which is on our strategic roadmap. So let's take another question. So I hope you're feeling all comfy. I really like all your questions and answers coming in. When we will see in what ways are the benefits of LCX token. Talked about that already. Celebrate, I think, super important. We have to celebrate more. Partnerships, HBAR partnership, other partnerships. You will be first to know about the partnerships. I won't comment on possible partnerships. Of course, there are some partners which we are talking about, but it's ready when it's ready. Here, Ashley is asking, any ideas or time frame when LCX will obtain his insurance so that we can reduce the withdrawal and deposit times? So it's not fully clear with that question for me, insurance and deposit times. But let's break it down. I think there are two aspects in the question. Any idea and time frame when LCX will obtain an insurance? First of all, as we are a regulated entity, there's a basic insurance or a segregation of funds already included. So the way we structured our platform, everything is super secure. It's fully segregated user funds and company funds. So even if LCX would go bankrupt, it's no risks for any user funds. That's a key difference to any other unregulated exchange where you will never be sure if you get the money back there. Then I talked about LCX has a minimum capital of 1 million Swiss francs. So that's the liable capital of the company on top of that. So I think we have a much proper standing than any $1 Seychelles company or something else like that. So it's a proper setup. How can we reduce withdrawal and deposit times? So deposit times, it mainly depends on the blockchain network. So it's showing up as soon as the blockchain is doing that. So that's something more or less out of our control. You remember early January, we had some issues on the platform that should be all fully resolved. So deposit times are now fully depending on the nodes in blockchain. And I can highly recommend who has bought some Cello or Digibyte. I highly recommend to do that and to test it, because Cello and Digibyte are super, super fast, great experiences. Also Constellation, outstanding speed. So everybody who's done that, it's really incredible to see. So that's the future of blockchain. If you tested Cello, it's so fast. Really, really exciting to see that. And then you also grasp on Ethereum 2.0 what that would mean, because that would be going in the same direction. Fido Oma, what happened to all the business development roles? Get any filled? Yes, so many filled, many hired, waiting that they can come and join. Some of the best people can't just walk away from the other company. There are times or periods where they have to quit, and then we wait. But nevertheless, we managed to grow our team 3x already. and there are more and more coming. But I think business development marketing had been really going from probably non-existent to now a proper team. Chris, the support team seems to be having some problems to follow the growing demand of users. Yes, and with a lot of new campaigns, we had been struggling to keeping up with that, but that's also like a good sign. Hundreds of new users coming in on a daily basis, and especially with our campaigns we've been running, we see some bottlenecks there. We're improving. There had been 2 new people starting last week, improving with the team there, and I think learning by doing, improving, listening to our community, super important. Okay, ask your friends from WEF to invest. Sure, who knows? What is the max amount to deposit euro and withdrawal? So currently it's 15,000 per transaction, 15,000 euros per transaction. But you can do multiple transactions, and then there will be different tiers also. What else are you interested in? Any news on tokenization of patents? That's an insider. Fenso. You had been listening in the past. I spoke about crypto patents. No new updates, just rumors around this one. Do you expect US deposits and withdrawal by mobile app launching Q3? So US dollar deposits possible with USDC as a stable coin. Direct deposits at the moment not possible. That's something we are considering to do. Okay, so let's jump to some of the recent question here. Will the mobile app operate very similar to the Coinbase app? No. Our app will be really taking this to the next level. Of course, we're looking at Coinbase app on what they do, but I do see some shortfalls on the usability as well as functionality of it. And so that's something where we are learning. But we really want to do things a little bit differently, but also taking some of the things which are working very well. But yeah, I think the overall mobile usage is super important. So as a fun question to round this up, Monty, what is your favorite beer? Very important question. So for all of those who don't know, I'm German, I'm Bavarian. I grew up close to Munich. And of course, the Augustiner is my favorite beer there. So that's a very traditional Bavarian brewery, which is most of the times not exported, but also has a Munich tent at the famous beer festival, the Oktoberfest. And now in Liechtenstein and Switzerland, I'm suffering with the beer because it's a different quality. So we have to jump on the wine or some other great drinks like Gstaad champagne in the city of Gstaad, a famous celebrity hotspot in Switzerland. They say the Gstaad champagne, that's the natural water which comes out of the tap. Will there be a bullish beat 2.0? Well, maybe. At the moment, bullish beat 2.0 would be needed, I think, because when we started bullish beat in November last year, the markets going up all the time. What we launched then in January, February was this leading change campaign, which also got good traction in terms of visibility, working, honoring kind of the key innovators in the markets. And now we're in the middle of our 100 days campaign where we do push out a news a day, but also growing rapidly. And I have to repeat here, you can't imagine going from like a 10 people operation to a 30 people to a 50 people operation. There are several steps where like in the first days it slows you down, but then it increases productivity tremendously. So organizational structures has to be defined, department structure has to be defined, decision-making strategies, communication, everything has to be going up. So thanks for the stream here. Monty had been very high level of confidence in LCX, excited for crypto to be rebound and to see the platform growing exponentially. Yes, I'm super excited. I'm thrilled. I'm happy that you're all here. This was an exciting, super good session. And I'd love to go into a lot of other questions. There are regulatory questions coming in. There are like additional good questions. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, like hundreds of good questions. Thank you all for that. So I think most importantly, please follow our Twitter handle at LCX, our verified Twitter account. You can follow me on Twitter at montymetzger.com. Then if you want to get any insights, join our Telegram group or go to lcx.com/insights. We will do following weeks also additional LCX Insight live shows with some other guests and special guests. And then, of course, we're all waiting for a talk with the founder of Wikipedia. I think the date is already defined. So it won't be now in May, but I already know the date, but I won't tell you. It's coming. So yeah, what do we do? It's a live show. Wouldn't it be great to have a last announcement or anything, like a one last thing? What do you think about it? Okay. Yeah. So I think it's time for one last thing. One last thing. Do it. One last thing. Let's go. Hell yes. Okay. So one last thing. I think that would be really an exciting thing. Yeah. One last thing. Okay, so we had been looking at one last thing. Greetings to Anurag. I think we prepared something there since quite some time. And let me give you first a background, why is it important to us, and then I'll show you. So LCX had been filing for this bunch of regulatory roles. So we got 8 roles, which includes price service provider, which includes identity service provider. There's another role besides the exchange service provider, which is dear to my heart, which is the physical validator. For that, we want a showcase, an exciting example to connect the physical world with the digital world and put it all into a token, which is simple to explain and yet is kind of grasping the current market environment. So that's why I'm super excited to announce. Let's do it one more time. Yeah. So one last thing here at LCX Insights Live, the final kind of shell bomb, the announcement which I wanted to make. So one last thing here at LCX Insights Live. I want to introduce today diamonds.com, tokenized diamonds. We've launched at www.diamonds.com and then at twitter.com/diamonds already. So you can follow us there and you can look at the website. We have now started a launch countdown to our launch event, which will be in exactly 3 weeks on Sunday evening, same time, same channel, and we will tell you all about diamonds, our tokenized diamonds. For us, it's a great project. It has a separate brand, which we prepared for a long time, and behind that is a tokenized diamond NFT marketplace where you can trade, acquire, and sell digitalized diamonds to a new degree. So the diamond market is one of the large investment markets where not only jewelries are investing in, but also it's a good way to have these single diamonds as an investment. But the market is not so attractive because it's very illiquid. You can't just go and buy and sell. So that's why the margins of these retailers, diamond traders, are very high. So there's a huge opportunity to digitalize it. And the way this is planned is strongly connected to an insured, vaulted, and legally rounded platform powered by all our USPs at LCX. So I'm super excited and thrilled to show you a preview of timeis.com. And for the rest, you have to wait another 20 days, 22 hours, 27 minutes. But with that, I'll leave you now and rounding up this special LCX Insights Live. So I hope you all have time and hands. And I see you all amazing. Congratulations. Time and hands is, I think, the future. Thank you all. Rounding up this special LCX Insights Live session. And we're listening to our community. We will continue to do these special sessions with that, probably also with another moderator or guest in some way to do more with our community. Super important. And then for the next shows, we'll have, again, some exciting guests and partners on the show. And we need your questions. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Talk soon. And onwards and upwards.
This is LCX Insights Live. For more insights, please visit lcx.com/insights and follow us on Twitter @LCX. Onwards and upwards.